Greetings, welcome, people of the world. I'm going to attempt to create a um, a new thing for the world to the best of my ability, my conscious ability, as long as I can maintain a conscious stream, a stream of integrity, a stream of truth, and a stream of mindfulness. I would also like to connect my heart to the world. I would like to express my heart with wisdom to the best of my ability. So, the reason why I'm doing this is because, well, I don't really see anybody else doing this kind of thing, and I got to do my thing, more or less. And I've been attempting to do this sort of thing for a little while, but I haven't been too serious. I have been slacking off, if you will. And I'm the type of person that likes to lead by example. And to preach or to practice what I preach. And what I preach, I have not been practicing, which is mindfulness, compassion, connection, sobriety, sovereignty, purification. These are all virtues. And it's difficult. It's not easy in today's world, as we all know, especially here in the West. We've been highly domesticated in the West. I would say that we are actually probably some of the most domesticated men of the world, contrary to popular belief. I should warn you, what I'm saying, what I'm going to say tonight is probably going to upset some people, especially people that have become identified with concepts that are not their own, but that they believe that they are theirs. Concepts that have been inserted into your mental structure from a very young age. I would say almost forcefully implanted, or what's more, suggested at a very young age. Because we give our youth, the most precious years of our life, away. Because the youth is useful. All youth is extremely useful. And it's the only actual valuable thing we really have in this world is our life, our time, not money. As you can see here in the West, the value of your precious fiat has been dwindling rapidly. Some of you may be confused as to why and how. I could explain that for you simply, if you don't already know. The interconnectedness of the world has been disrupted by a so-called pandemic. The spirit of all men have been affected by this so-called pandemic. I'll give it that. I'll give it that. All men that have been in touch with digital media have been affected. And as we know, the breadth and scope of digital media is very, very far and wide indeed. But if we can use this digital media as a tool to reconnect and re educate, then we will be successful in all of our endeavors. I'm not going to list problems or solutions. I'm just going to simply convey what I observe and perceive to be of relevance to my best ability. Now, what does it mean, arise, men of the West, and reclaim your sovereignty? I am exploring that myself. And I would say the first step to sovereignty is recognizing that you are not free. How are you not free here in the West? Well, specifically here in the great land that we call America. America? The country known as the United States. Oh, how we are so united. This land based on family. How did we get our sovereignty? Where did it come from? It certainly wasn't given to us by the state, contrary to popular beliefs. In fact, the state has made itself sovereign. Somehow, it's written its power into being, spoken itself into existence, if you will. Interestingly enough, we are all bound together by this holy and sacred constitution, which most people believe is a miracle and protects us and gives us our liberties and our justice. Unfortunately, that is probably the furthest thing from the truth because we are born free. We are given our breath by the Holy Spirit. I would say we are one with the universe, but I don't want to sound too new agey for y'all. It's very interesting to see this movement, this new age movement. Arise, men of the West. Now, what is my point? How do we create sovereignty? What is sovereignty? That's a very good question. Men of the West, you are the most domesticated, inculcated with chemicals and ideas, toxins to the body and mind run through you. First step is to start to clean those out, remove all attachments to material things. If you truly want to be free, you must free your spirit first, free your mind, if you will. Although the spirit is the breath and the most valuable thing that we actually have because they are numbered. So obviously, in a limited supply thing, such as the breath that gives life, must be valuable. I believe it is possible, though, for us to break free from our chains. In fact, we must. It's our duty, it's our calling. This nation based around family has its family being held hostage currently. The way of life that we once have known, is completely gone. To state it bluntly, this nation is in its death throes. How much longer can it fight? Is it dead already? Has it been dead? These are all questions that you can answer for yourself if you look closely. I'd like to express some tools that you can use. The first most important tool is to become self aware, to become cognizant of your inner workings to your best ability, and realize that your awareness is a sense. The awareness that you contain within yourself, of yourself, your conscience, your consciousness, it's like a muscle, and it must be exercised with extreme vigilance, because one slip of consciousness could mean death instantly. You never know. Like a thief in the night, you will be reclaimed back to the Great Spirit. That is why we must become spiritual warriors, true leaders, true sovereigns, true individuals, truly liberated. The potential for that lives within you, it lives within all of us. As simple as drinking water. How much water do you drink a day? Do you even drink water? Clear your body, clear your mind. Work for something greater than a paycheck. Work for something greater than a momentary weekend of comfort, a fleeting sensation of distraction. Speaking of distraction, pardon me, but everything is a distraction. The whole world is beckoning you to listen to its cries, while your inner spirit and your soul cries out for it to be heard and expressed. At least I feel that's what mine is, calling out to me. We all have a calling, it's just up to us to find it, and it's buried deep within us. Happy Easter. May the rebirth be apparent within all of us. May us all recognize the potential for regrowth and rebirth this spring. Plant your seeds. Plant your seeds. Be diligent and slow in your ways and mindful. We have much work to do here. Very much work to do here. We have a whole plane to liberate, a plane of souls. And we're going to rest each soul one at a time through the compassion and wisdom of our heart. Our weapon is consciousness and love, our tool, if you will. For no weapon formed against us shall prosper, for we are in the light of the Lord. The sovereign King of our heart will set us free. It's up to us to uncover it, to dig it out from the filth that we have been burying it in, unbeknownst to ourselves. It is time to purify and rectify the human spirit, to lift it up from the grave, like the great legend of Christ and all the other spiritual avatars. We all have that potential within us to become something greater than what we are now. Recognize the space that you're in, have spatial awareness, and recognize that you have the potential to move into a better space with your volition and conscious willpower. Your consciousness and your volition and your awareness are a muscle that must be exercised moment to moment, breath to breath, ceaselessly throughout your entire existence. Not many can walk this path. This is not a path for the faint of heart. It takes true courage to grow, to evolve. Many of us are in a state of metamorphosis right now in our cocoons, redeveloping, reformulating, becoming, being. There is a power so great within us that it's being used against us in a way that we cannot even imagine. The power that we contain within us is so great that it cannot even be measured. The power of the human spirit is truly immeasurable. It must not be contained. It must be set free. It must be wild. Your power is yours to claim. No one's going to claim it for you. That's why the first step of the warrior is to look within, to re-examine himself. You must cast out all ideologies. You can't even take what I'm saying seriously. You must do it for yourself. I don't know anything. I'm nobody. I'm just here pointing to what I've seen, what I've felt, and what I've understood my entire life. Something more.